Going in depth tonight, a seismic shift could be coming to college sports. Recently, Tennessee's quarterback reportedly refused to practice because he wanted more money from the school. But instead of paying him, Tennessee let him leave. And now that quarterback will play for UCLA. Much of this surrounds name, image, and likeness, which is consuming college sports. It allows players to be paid upwards of millions of dollars. Now, reports say the Tennessee quarterback, widely known as Nico, wanted more than the $2 million he was already getting paid. He then entered the transfer portal while spring practices are being held. Now, this is an issue that's never really happened before. Two professors with Augusta University have studied the effects of NIL for years on college athletics, and they tell us they're not surprised this did happen, but when it happened.
It's not necessarily players getting paid that's the issue. It's the player movement and really few rules and regulations surrounding player movement as it relates to NIL. And so I think that the Nico situation really raises the issue of instability, how that could affect the health of college athletics long term, and really the need for rules and regulations, one surrounding how NIL payments occur, how contracts are enforced, and how that relates to player movement and how that can occur.
Now, many are asking what rules are in place. Right now, there really aren't any, but that could soon change. There's a settlement that could be coming out of the courts in California, and the professors tell us it could likely set a spending cap for schools. So every school could spend as much as $20.5 million for all athletics, which is a big difference because the professors say that's about how much Ohio State spent on football alone last year.
It's pretty much the Wild West out there. So we need to provide some structure. We need to provide some shape, and this is what this settlement will do. A lot of schools in our research was talking about this, and you hear a number of coaches and athletic directors have spoke about this as well. The money is coming to a point of unsustainability. It's just going to keep going up and up and up. Here we have resource competitions. I mean, ultimately, these are institutions of higher education. You're having resource competition, as we talked about in our research, potential donor fatigue occurring. Putting more pressure on that would probably increase donor fatigue. So looking to bring some alleviation there, providing some structure, and then creating an even playing field, because 50 different states, 50 different sets of rules right now.
Now, if that settlement does come down and sets a spending cap, the professors say there is still a lot of work to be done. They say Congress will need to act to codify the settlement into law and then bolster the ruling to put up even more guardrails. Now, because right now there's concern that Congress will need to work fast.
If fan interest does decline because there's so much player movement, then that decreases TV ratings, that decreases attendance, and that decreases revenue, which can negatively affect everyone, the players, the schools, and everyone. So I think having some stability around that's very important for all sports and college athletics.
One thing that will help if this settlement does survive is that you won't have institutions that have this large amount of money. And a lot of what a good bit of our research talked about is this dark side of the portal, where players are being contacted outside the portal, like, hey, come here, we'll potentially give you a lot of money, and of the belief that this is happening. By limiting and putting those caps on, you limit the ability of institutions to do that where alumni come in with huge bags of money saying, come here, we'll pay you millions upon millions of dollars, because now you're working within a budget.
Now, it's still unclear when that settlement will come down in California, but it is expected soon. The professors tell us when it is announced, that spending cap could be implemented by July 1st.